A rainforest is a layered landscape of constant competition. Resources are scarce, and predators are stacked at every vertical level, from the root systems to the high canopy. In this density, physical speed or brute strength often fail to guarantee a meal or a moment of safety. To exist here, species have evolved through chemical defense, cognitive deception, and highly coordinated cooperative structures. Consider the poison dart frog. In an environment where most species hide, it remains highly visible. It utilizes aposematic coloration. Its red and orange skin functions as a warning, signaling the presence of lethal alkaloids that cause immediate distress to any predator. Plants engage in a similar war, lacing their leaves with toxic chemical compounds to discourage herbivores from feeding. The three-toed sloth has developed a specific internal countermeasure to these botanical toxins. This diagram shows the sloth's specialized gut. Isolated pouches and specific bacteria slowly neutralize leaf toxins. This chemical processing is so energy-intensive, little remains for movement. Eating the caloric equivalent of a small egg daily explains its famously slow pace. Mastering the forest's chemistry demands a series of trade-offs. A species must either invest in advertising its own toxicity or exhaust its energy reserves simply to digest the toxicity of others. Intellectual strategies are just as effective as chemical ones. The Portia spider is a hunter that doesn't rely on a traditional web to catch its prey. This represents the spider's mental map of its surroundings. It calculates a path through complex forest geometry to plan an attack. By navigating to a target web and plucking the strands, it mimics a trapped insect, drawing the resident spider into an ambush. Other species rely on memory to survive the changing seasons. Each autumn, a single squirrel will cache around 10,000 individual nuts. To track these thousands of locations, the region of the squirrel's brain dedicated to memory physically enlarges by 15% as winter approaches. They also use behavioral deception. If a squirrel feels it is being watched by a thief, it will perform a fake burial, digging and covering an empty hole while secretly keeping a nut in its mouth. In the forest canopy, raw intelligence and calculated deception secure resources as effectively as physical armor. Across the fragmented islands of the Malay archipelago, resources are scattered. Cooperation is often the only way to bridge these gaps. Poison dart frogs demonstrate this through reproductive teamwork. The father transports individual tadpoles to isolated, predator-free pools of water high in the trees. The mother then uses her own memory of the terrain to find these pools, feeding the tadpoles unfertilized eggs until they are mature enough to survive on their own. In other species, cooperation scales to millions of individuals, as seen in the army ant colony. The colony operates as a superorganism. Millions of individual workers interlock their living bodies to form a structural skeleton to navigate the forest floor. This vector diagram plots their sensory network. By overlapping their antennae, they create a moving grid that allows a mostly blind colony to function as a single sweeping predator. Some cooperation even crosses species lines. Birds of prey have been observed chaperoning troops of capuchin monkeys through the canopy. The birds are not hunting the primates. They are capitalizing on the insects dislodged by the monkey's movement. Pooling resources allows individuals to move beyond the physical constraints of a single body. The rainforest is a landscape of continuous evolutionary problem-solving. These chemical immunities and deceptive behaviors are the hard-won results of million-year environmental trials. Preserving these environments ensures the survival of these biological laboratories, unique records of the mechanics required to stay alive in Earth's most competitive landscape.